Hey, it's Joe. I got another one. This is from Denise McKune. Denise says, what do you say when the seller says their mortgage contract forbids rent to own, or the bank requires that the owner occupies the home? Now, there's different kinds of loans that you go out there and get. One is owner-occupied loans. One are for investors. An owner-occupied loan, the stipulation is that your intention when you move into it is to occupy that property. It doesn't mean that you have to live there for 30 years. What it means is your intention when you bought it was to move into it. Now, you should actually move into that property. Don't say it's my intention and then not move into it. But if you've had that property, and these people presumably have already been living there, so they've been occupying that property, the lenders will allow them to do it. And there's nothing in their loan documents that will say that they can't rent that property. So have them look at their loan documents, and I think you'll be able to prove it to them simply through that process. Now, another thing that you need to look at is homeowners associations, because some homeowners associations don't allow renters into an area. It's pretty rare, but it is possible that the homeowners association won't allow it. So look at that issue, and that may be what they're thinking. So all you have to do most of the time in these situations is help them understand what the reality is rather than what they think the reality is. You also said here that the mortgage contract forbids rent to own, and that is very rare to see that in a loan document, that they would allow any type of rental property. And there is a thing called a due on sale clause. On most 99.9% of mortgages that I've seen have a due on sale clause. That due on sale clause says that if you transfer ownership of the property, that loan can be called. It can be called due and payable immediately. Now, if they did that, that would mean that every subject to deal that I've ever done, or that the thousands of other deals that I've seen done, would have been called by the bank. But banks don't do that. Banks aren't in the business of foreclosing on property. They're in the business of loaning money and getting money back. And if you go in there and take a property and you continue to make your payments, they're usually going to be fine with that. And so I wouldn't worry so much about this happening. And they may just be misunderstanding what they think the lender is saying rather than what the lender actually is saying. The lender is not saying you can't rent your property even though you have a loan on that property. They would love it if you lived there, but they also know that doesn't always happen. And they're not going to foreclose on it because of that reason. At least that's my experience. I'm not an attorney. Can't give legal advice. Don't even play one on TV. All right. Thanks.